Well, the secret is out about the Biden administration. Judge Canon has just slapped them metaphorically in the face regarding this entire classified document case with Donald J. Trump. It turns out something I said all along, which is why you guys are following me from the get-go. But as it turns out, Lisa Haven was right yet again, and the mainstream media is wrong. And that is the fact that the White House and the Department of Justice was all involved in this mega scandal yet again. I got to tell you, this is one mega report that you are going to want to share with everyone you know, because this information needs to go viral. Because I think if we can share this with, some of those who maybe are not as politically inclined as you guys are very smart, then I think we could definitely win this up and coming election for Republicans and Donald J. Trump. But before I dive in, just a quick break from my sponsor. Now, we have been told our entire lives that wrinkle creams are the way to look younger. But now one doctor says that that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. Well, recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? Well, so that he can focus directly on anti-aging revolutionary breakthroughs. Now, his clients have dubbed this do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method because it can take years and even decades off of your appearance in 2 minutes' time. In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has released a step-by-step video to the public where he outlines exactly how to use simple solutions from home. Now, if you want to check it out, all you have to do is go to bhmd1.com/Haven. That's bhmd1.com/Haven to watch that video. And if you want more information, you can click in the description box below. There's a link down there. Or if you're on your cell phone, click that more button to get more information, but you're not going to want to miss it out, as this product has been life-changing for me personally. All right, back to the broadcast. So let's dive into this, dark secret by the Biden administration. For that, I want to take you first to Gateway Pundit cover-up. Judge Canon unmasked redacted documents revealing Biden White House direct ties to Mar-a-Lago raid and Jack Smith's investigation. Ruh-roh, it goes on. Judge Eileen Canon on Monday ordered key evidence in Jack Smith's classified document case to be unredacted. And again, you guys are going to freak. The newly unredacted documents reveal Biden's White House had direct ties to Mar-a-Lago raid. The Biden regime was also directly tied to Jack Smith investigation, despite claims to the contrary from the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland. Now, Merrick Garland went in front of Congress and said, no, the White House had nothing to do with this. We had no connection whatsoever. He lied. He lied, and he should have to suffer the consequences for that. But as you know, if you're a Democrat, you're above the law, and there's a hierarchy. So I'll be frank with you. I don't see anything happening to Merrick Garland. However, I still think that we can win this, because if we can get the information out to people, this is going to make Biden's administration look like a complete and utter sham. And then if Donald Trump gets in, I'm praying to God that he can fix this justice system. But let's take a look at some of this unredacted information by Judge Eileen Canon. And here it is. And I'm going to go to Julie Kelly, because she's really been in real detail about this, but she's under realclearinvestigations.com. She's an author there. But here it says, thanks to an order by Judge Canon, key evidence related to classified document cases now unredacted. Thank God. On the left, what DOJ and Jack Smith wanted to conceal. This is what they wanted to keep from you, right? On the right, now we know why they wanted to conceal it. More proof of collaboration, by the way, between Biden, White House, and the NARA to concoct a case. Now, here is some of the redacted information. You could see the first 3 or 4 sentences open, and then bang, pretty much redacted. But what's in the redacted part, and it's going to happen right after Gary Stern, so I'm going to hone in on that. But here it is. Almost as soon as President Trump left office, the NARA started to work with the White House Office of Records Management on exaggerated claims related to recordings handlings under the PRA. On May 5th, 2021, less than 5 months after the end of President Trump's term, the NARA General Counsel Gary Stern, and here's the rest that has been redacted towards the end, right? Sent an internal email attaching a draft letter to President Trump's PRA representative. Stern noted that he, quote, had several conversations with White House ORMs, and that per 40 had raised some of these concerns directly with David. Stern's draft conceded that things were very chaotic, as they always are in the course of one-term transitions. And he acknowledged that the transfer of the Trump electronic records is still ongoing and won't be complete for several more months. It goes on that it is not uncommon that the PRA material collection extends past the close of any presidential administration, sometimes well after the close of any given presidential administration. However, in early June 2021, during an ongoing good faith efforts by President Trump's PRA representative to address the issue raised by the NRA, and basically Ferriaro declared, "I am out of patience." So here is what Jack Smith wanted to conceal. How about the fact that this is collaboration between the NARA and the White House? That is exactly what was redacted in this thing. And the fact that, well, some of this is not uncommon to have some of that information, especially with a one-term president. But hey, let's just put Donald Trump in jail, go after him for this classified document, call Joe Biden too old, even though he was VP and not a president with his classified documents, but I digress, and do nothing to him. Meanwhile, the mainstream media is out there right now. I saw a clip the other day. It was this compilation. And I'm sidetracking a little bit, but I got a lot to share. But it was a compilation of the mainstream media out there calling Donald Trump Hitler. He's going to create internment camps. He's going to arrest his political opponents. He's going to go hardcore and, get rid of all the FBI and the CIA. Just a bunch of lie. But they really painted him as he is some kind of tyrannical dictator that is going to start jailing and policing his political opposition. You mean like Joe Biden is literally doing right now with Donald Trump, his management, and not to mention all the J6ers and people who are supporting him? They're freaked out because this is exactly what the hell they're doing. Now, that's not all. Let me show you what else came out. Here are outrageous lies by Joe Biden's Attorney General Merrick Garland and DOJ Jack Smith about independence from investigations into Trump. The Biden White House and DOJ were intimately involved in developing a criminal case against Donald Trump. That is huge. For records of mismanagement. They were very much involved, right? It appears the first go around related to alleged destruction of government papers. Contrary to public and legal assertions, the NARA was working with the DOJ and White House to craft criminal referral by September 2021. 5 months. 5 months before the official referral by the NARA to the DOJ. Now you can see how redacted all of this information is there and what they had pretty much the entire first section here and then the Biden administration weaponization of the PRA. But here in August 30th, 2021 email, and I'm reading from the top, Ferriaro threatened one of President Trump's PRA representatives that he was assuming an alleged and non-existent 24 boxes of records have been destroyed. That was an assumption. And that he was obligated to report it to the Hill, the DOJ, and the White House. On September 1st, 2021, Stern circulated a letter that we could consider sending to the Attorney General about missing Trump records. There you go. Stern's email stated that he had informally reached out to the DOJ counsel about this issue and that the White House counsel is now also aware of the issue and has asked that I keep them in the loop to the extent that we make any reference. White House ORM. Keep us in the loop, says the White House. In late September 2021, without disclosing the NARA had already drafted a referral letter and contacted the DOJ. The Deputy White House Counsel, Jonathan Sue, asked one of President Trump's PRA representatives to permit him access to notes from the Trump administration relating to records handling. Sue then intervened when Stern offered to provide a copy of the notes to President Trump's PRA representative. Could we discuss the process before anything is provided to him? Stern agreed to coordinate on this issue with the Biden administration, but informed Sue that the request was atypical. Normally, we would have to provide the records to him per the notification review process before we could provide anything to you. Again, more collusion directly with the White House. Bang. I mean, this is completely obliterating them. And that's just the stuff that I just read to you. But here's another one, also put out by Julie Kelly. Now you know why the insiders like Andrew Weissman and Barb McCabe are desperate to get rid of Judge Canon, who gave us, thank God, all this information. Without her courage on the matter, incriminating evidence of Biden's White House and the DOJ running the investigative show behind the scenes would be buried forever. This is 100% evidence of collusion between the DOJ, the White House, regarding Donald J. Trump and Jack Smith and the NARA. The DOJ even told the NARA what to do to cover their tracks. And you can see this entire second and the top of the first one there are all redacted. But thanks to the judge, the American people know the truth of how corrupt these organizations are. That's why Donald Trump needs to get in there and do something about it. I'm so sick of these freaking people. But here I'm going to start on this little E section here. Midway through, it says on January 25th, 2022, acting on instructions from the White House and the DOJ. In other words, they told him to do it. And that's what was redacted. The NARA sent information regarding the 15 boxes to the NARAOIG. So they were specifically told in this part ahead, you can freeze it and read it, but they were told what to do and acted on instructions from the White House. So basically told, here's how you cover your tracks, NARA, by the DOJ and the White House. Wow. Maybe the American public has every right to know. Why was that redacted? Good question. But you know what else was intriguing? How about the Department of Energy was also involved in this, right? Take a look here. This is incriminating. Biden Department of Energy also involved in the cover-up. The Department of Energy discovered after Smith handed down his indictment that Trump had an active security clearance. So because of that, they terminated it, retroactively terminated. Oh, you can't have that clearance because that may mean that, some of those, some of the information that you're carrying is legit. You have this, you have this security clearance. So we're going to get rid of that security clearance. And see right here in the memorandum, this entire first paragraph is blacked out, right? So what does that say? And here's what it says. In the memorandum, the Energy Department's Assistant General Counsel disclosed that the agency's Central Personnel Clearance Index and Clearance Action Tracking System reflected an active Q clearance, a security clearance for President Trump. Based on information provided by the Office of Environment, Health, Safety, and Security and documents reviewed by the Office of the General Counsel, the Assistant General Counsel instructed that the relevant systems be immediately amended and promptly modified to reflect the termination status of President Trump's Q clearance. And they concluded that these steps were appropriate as a matter of law based on their retroactive interpretation in terms of President Trump's clearance. Notice all of that was redacted. God forbid we find out that the Department of Energy was involved and, that they revoked an active security clearance by Donald J. Trump, to make the case, this classified document case, and make it seem, even worse than it is. Why aren't these going to jail? I mean, seriously. Oh, and by the way, they have a pretty little name. They had Crossfire Hurricane for the whole Russia collusion hoax. It came out that the FBI code name for the classified documents investigation is Plasmic Echo. Well, I guess that's better than Crossfire Hurricane Plasmic Echo. Anyway, this is huge. This is why they didn't want it unredacted. Look, and I'm going to be really frank. I get a lot of people who say, well, what's the point? Why are you even talking about it? And what does it matter if, nobody's going to get arrested? Joe Biden, the DOJ, none of that. No, I don't think they are. However, like I said, I think this is mega changing regarding the election. We need to get this information out and show what the Biden administration purposefully tried to hide. And by the way, who knows, they're going to be coming on YouTube and you can't talk about that on YouTube. So make sure you're on Restricted Republic, please, in case they disappear this video. And I'm not even joking here. But anyway, all of this information has been unredacted. Thank God to Judge Canon. And it shows how corrupt to the core that the Biden administration and DOJ are, and how they purposefully went after Donald Trump. Even the Department of Energy revoked his clearance in order to, well, make their entire case and make things a lot worse than they actually were. The American people need to know about it, and they definitely need to know about it. Meanwhile, we also found this out recently. This is on Fox News. Biden aides allegedly called Trump Hitler pig behind the scenes. That's his nickname. Gee, I wonder what I don't even want to say what I think Biden's is. We'll just call him Dementia Joe, because I think that's fitting, because he's not the one running it. We all know the DOJ is likely pulling the strings. The intelligence community is likely pulling the strings. The Obama, Hillary, and some jack guy in the White House who's his handler is, well, pulling the strings of the country. And that's why we're in such a freaking mess. But hey, who knows? Maybe when Donald Trump gets in office, maybe he can change things and actually prosecute these corrupt politicians for what they have done. Absolutely. I think it's possible. So there's always that. Now, there is good news regarding Donald Trump's other case, right? Speaking of political witch hunt and prosecution, judge approves Trump's $175 million bond despite Letitia James's challenges. And that's on the Washington Examiner. And here's the thing. Letitia James tried to say, oh, yeah, it's a place out of California that's posted in whatever. I don't even care. The fact of the matter is it was BS to begin with. It was complete BS case. Complete witch hunt. And thank God the judge has approved this thus far. And if it ends up going through and it doesn't get appealed, I'm going to be shocked to the very core. And I'm talking about his whole real estate fiasco. That's just another political prosecution of Biden's political opponents. And you know what? To be quite frankly, this is growing Trump's popularity like big time. The more prosecuted that man becomes, the worse it's getting for the left. And quite frankly, if they end up sending him to jail, I think that's going to make him the most popular president we've ever seen. I'm just saying. Tell me, I'd love to get your thoughts on that. Anyhow, I love you all. Please sign up to restrictedrepublic.com. As you know, they disappear things here on YouTube and they magically go away because they don't want you to know. But please share this video far and wide. Please subscribe to the channel and make sure you are subbed here so we can stick the big, fat, friendly middle finger at the mainstream media who doesn't tell you jack. Anyhow, I love you guys so much. You mean the world to me. Without you, I would not be here. So thank you for being adamant to coming here every day and watching the channel and being with me here. I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.